Let's go over the Star Wars franchise when it comes to Star Wars Episode 9 for the character of Rey. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the big complaints of The Last Jedi, whether you guys agree or disagree with Rian Johnson's vision on this, was essentially making Rey a nobody and telling us, the fans, that her parents were just essentially, bums that sold her off for drinking money. And that, to me, I did not agree with that. In fact, I was very much let down of hearing that in the actual movie itself when Kylo Ren delivered that to Rey, and Rey came to terms with all of this finally. So looking at Episode 9 and what J.J. Abrams is doing, we do know that he has been rewriting portions of the script here and there. Now, these past couple of weeks, we have been learning a whole lot more about this movie when it comes to Star Wars Episode 9, specifically the set designs, the set leaks, the scene schedules, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. And one thing that we have been going over for the longest time was Rey's parents and Rey's identity specifically. Now, what's really great is that apparently J.J. Abrams plans on expanding Rey's identity that he was setting up in Star Wars Episode 7, and will be continuing that in Episode 9. Now, this also lines directly up with what John Williams has said before in a different podcast. A very interesting piece, I gotta say, is when John Williams says that he did not buy what happened in The Last Jedi at all. He doesn't believe in it, and he thinks that there's a whole lot more to Rey as a character. Now, we do know that John Williams is back for Star Wars Episode 9, and in case you guys did not know, in, I believe it was Episode 7, Williams wrote a ton of different similar themes from different characters in Rey's theme here and there, in case her lineage was going to be very important. In fact, during the production of Episode 7 leading into The Last Jedi, there were plans of making her identity very important. So going into Star Wars Episode 9 and how Rey's identity will be revealed and be a subject for Star Wars Episode 9 is honestly a very good thing to know, because that means that maybe J.J. Abrams is trying to change what Rian Johnson did in his movie, or maybe he's trying to essentially use that as a factor into Episode 9 by making it a huge surprise. Now, something I think it has all to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi. We heard his voice in Episode 7 for a reason, I believe. How poetic would it really be if, let's say, they had Kylo Ren, the grandson of Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader, fighting Rey, the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. That, to me, would be the most poetic thing that you could do in a Star Wars movie. If they even wanted to make it all the more poetic, they could have them fight on Mustafar with Darth Vader's castle in the background. I mean, that, to me, guys, how amazing and climactic would that really be for a Star Wars film? So Rey's identity, I think it's a huge subject that a lot of people are talking about. It's something that a lot of people want to know more of, and we will be getting that in Star Wars Episode 9. So there is more to the story of Rey, and it also lines directly up with what Daisy Ridley said before in the past, that after The Last Jedi, when it comes to the character of Rey, there's going to be 2 years worth of questions that will be answered in Episode 9. Now, she knows exactly who Rey is. Now, she has said before in the past that her parents were seen in The Force Awakens, which was very odd to me. I don't know why she said that, but she said they're there. And I just don't see them, unless it's Han and Leia, which that has been ruled out many times before in the past. But heck, maybe J.J. Abrams will do something insane. Something totally unexpected, so I'm not quite sure which route he's really trying to go with Rey's identity and her character in Episode 9 specifically. And that's one big, huge interest here, is exactly where will Rey go after Episode 9? Is she going to die? Is she going to live on? Will she have a kid, and that kid will carry on whatever, bloodline that she carries into the future trilogy, perhaps? We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.